موجة من الابتكار يبقى الإنسان هو محور التحول. من الذكاء الاصطناعي والقيادة والعرض والتشينج مانجمنت، نلتقي مع جيل المستقبل، مع الفيوتشر، مع الشباب. نسميهم جنزي، صح؟ اوكي. الشباب هم المستقبل، صح؟ هم الآن والفيوتشر. كيف نقدر نبني الجسور؟ كيف نقدر يكون ما بيننا هذا التواصل في الحضور؟ حتكون معانا في الحوار لبناء الجسور بين الحلم والعمل المتحدثة الكوتش فاطمة التاحو. تحية لها، حيث أن دائماً هناك مساحة للفن والإحساس والإلهام. تفضلي كوتش فاطمة. تحية. لا نمنا إحنا، صح؟
مساء الخير. معكم فاطمة التاحو من شابتر البحرين. I'm Director of Events. وحالياً أحضر DBA اللي هو Doctorate of Business Administration. فالموضوع من الباك جراوند مالي ومن الDBA اللي هو Professional of Young Professional. So now I will talk in English. The topic is about project manager, and HR and young professional. Coaching young professional project management. Okay. Still, we have doubt about coaching from the C-suits. I don't know why. Maybe for the fast result that they want, or they don't believe. But I will tell you a story that happened in Manchester last week when I was having my DBA module. We were sitting and talking about the sustainability of training and the financial sustainability of training. After I finished my dialogue or conversation with my professor, one of the students came and said, you know what, just stop coaching. Now, these days, we don't need coaching. For myself, I don't like coaching. I don't need it. I can't solve my problem. I said, yes, it's okay. Maybe you don't have link or chemistry with coaching. This is your own decision. The day after that, I came to the hall of study, and I'm working with him as a team. I see the table will move to the screen. I was shocked. Why is that? Then I was ashamed that I was in the middle of the screen. My friend came also, and she was from Emirates also, and she said, on the screen. Then we asked him, why we are sitting next to the screen? He said, I want to charge my phone. So I think this is why I'm tell the story, because we need coaching for inner self, not outside. Maybe he was an engineer, and he had background that he has to solve his problem and other problems. But now we are talking about your inner. Where are you in the world? And are you solving your problem and others' problem, or just your own problem? That's the topic that come from. So why project management is matter now? For UAE, we are talking about 2030 or 2035. They are thinking about leading innovation and global competitive. For Saudi Arabia, mega project. And for Bahrain, shaping competitive and sustainable economic. That's why I was talking about financial sustainability of training. And by the way, Bahrain is now, they have records that they are competing individual, but the Saudi Arabia, they are competing like the world. And they are competing like with diversity. So we all, now we are individual or mega project, or globally, we are competing with what? With project, right? So the project is the backbone of this transformation and collaboration. For young professionals, they need the coaching mindset. Why? Because it gives them the confidence, and the confidence will lead them to the success project. Now again, another story about project management. You know the story of Bilaban, what happened last 6 months? And Juhaina and Atyab, the same story that happened in the operation level. I will talk about Bilaban. Bilaban is a company that faced issues with, they have dessert, they have dairy product, and they face issue by shut down their branches. 110 branch were shut down in 2025. And why was that? Because the bad image or the bad product about Bilaban. When they faced that, the employees said, 110 branch is too much, and we are going too fast, and we are now transferred from one branch to another without notice. So what happened in the operation level or project management, that the exposure is very, very fast without clear strategy or clear vision. And that is too much for the employees. That shows there is no good communication between the HR and the employees. Now, let's ask ourselves this question with silence for just a second. In your experience, what is the biggest reason in a project that the organization fail? Is it about budget, clear vision, clear goals? Why? All the study shows that, yes, it's about the budget, it's about the alignment between the business and the goal and the strategies. And to summarize that, it's about source, time, and the investment goes to the wrong project. Again, I will ask you another question, and now I need answers. As an HR or PM leaders, do you prefer checking of task just to get it done, or leading transformation that truly lasts? Which one you prefer, to check the list and finish, or no, the impact, the real impact? Because that takes time, so that's why I need an answer. Depends on what? The task, the importance, the priority, the timing. So that's the whole idea about the project management. is when should we do that and when should we have the good conversation and to contact to each other. That's from our perspective. Let's see, how does the young professional think? When I talk about the young professional, I mean the one who will graduate, the one who's graduate, and the ones who they are in the 5 years, the first 5 years that they've been employed. Now, if you ask the young teams, now the young professional teams, what would make your life easier? Because we were talking about the deadlines. What do you think they say for them? What will they say? Where's my ChatGPT and AI? They want to solve it by their own themselves without the team, and that made they feel easier. But when we think about it, we think about deadline and impact. So when we're talking about coaching mindset, I talk about people, project, performance, that whole idea and circle. To show the people mindset and the project and the coaching mindset, we have a good story about Chestnut. Chestnut is a Kuwaiti company which opened 3 branches in London, and they have successful story because they have 20 million visitors a year. Why is that? You think? At the operation level. Quality, price, creativity, consistency. Yes, you are right, but they focus on the brand culture. On the brand culture. That means they manage the culture, but the diversity on the culture. They make a menu that satisfies the needs of the culture, of the variety of the culture. That's how they success. They make the diversity as a culture and as a brand for them. And let me tell you about my successful story. Now I'm faced it and I'm living it. I'm working as a volunteer at BSCM, Bahrain Society of Capital Human Resource. And the first strategic goal that we have, that we keep the diversity and keep the brand culture. We put 2 years for the strategic plan for us. Guess what? Now we are 8 months and we tackle all the actions because we kept the diversity and we kept the culture that we have. That's why I'm telling you that the most important, the project management is to keep the culture, and you know what goal you want and what strategic thinking that you want. Okay, for the Chestnut, we can summarize that the mindset coach that they use is the clarity and the vision, the stakeholder engagement, and the ownership, empowerment, and focus, people, and performance. So here, the question that we have to ask in project management. Clarity. What experience that we want from loyal customer to feel? For the engagement, how can we involve teams sharing this change? And we have to answer this question. About the empowerment, how can we enable the employees to solve the problems and the change? The growth thought, mindset, and chestnut, first they focus on how we can link the performance to the customer satisfaction. And they ask themselves these questions. For the ownership, how can we learn from our mistakes? For the stakeholders, whose voice is missing? Because one of the talabat mistakes was the driver voice. The driver's voice was missing, and that make big issue in the operation level. For clarity and vision and purpose, we should ask about ourselves, what culture experience do we want to make? Now, if we ask ourselves, what a simple tool or conversation we can empower our employee to get them to get the confidence? What the tool that we can give them to get the confidence? Again, Albert. You know Albert supermarket in Europe? It's very big supermarket that have successful story. Albert also used the coaching mindset to grow their operation level. It was not about just the smart goals. Yeah, we can ask ChatGPT, put for me a smart goal. Yeah, we want to increase our sales 20%, 12 months, and. But their goal was, smart goal, how can we build our satisfaction? What is our purpose? How can we build the loyalty? So they make the operation level and they focus on the e-selling. For the stakeholders, whose voice is missing? For the result, they make Albert as a lifestyle, daily lifestyle to their customers. So again, do we want deadlines or do we want impact? Because we are struggling every day. We check the schedule. We want to finish the schedule, so we choose the deadline. Once we reach the end of the year, we don't see the alignment between the strategic goal and our vision and the operation level. Last, when we manage tasks, yes, we deliver project. When we coach people, we deliver impact. So the takeaway from the coaching mindset, when we merge it to the project management, the coaching mindset needs clarity, engagement, result. We want our people to feel understood, ask the question that make them understood, engage, accountable, and we want the leader, the coach leader, to deliver project and strong culture. Thank you very much.